So welcome everybody, my name is Paul Smyers. I'm a real estate agent in beautiful Shenandoah Valley, Virginia. And today I am addressing people who restore homes and flip homes and so on. First of all, I want to thank everybody for having the courage and the funds and the resources and the knowledge to restore old homes and basically just upgrade and keep things going on, because it's really important to keep existing homes on the market and livable. So what I'm suggesting to people who have that, listen to a real estate agent's perspective on the kind of technology or the kind of build or the kind of colors that you can put in there and the kind of staging that you can do, so that when a real estate agent shows your property that you have spent a lot of time and money improving, that they walk in there and they can immediately feel, hey, I could really live here. I preview a lot of properties. People call me, I go check them out. Sometimes I get an appointment, I walk in, I do the lockbox thing, and I go in there and take a look. And what I can suggest is, first of all, add some color into the property, because I've walked into some properties where technically it's all clean and functional, but it's absolutely boring. It's just basically white and gray, maybe a little darker gray, slate gray, and everything. There's no curtains on there. It's just like the floors are okay, but they're linoleum or some kind of, mock wood or something. And technically speaking, yeah, it's new, it's restored, but it's boring. And one thing I'm suggesting is, that's not very expensive. Windows show a lot of light into your property, and you can make a huge difference in a window just by putting really attractive curtains. If your walls are white and your floors are white, or if you have some boring really colors on the restoration, add some color with curtains, or put some kind of props in the property. So let's say a colorful rug. Let's say the floors are that cheap linoleum, fake wood kind of thing that you always see in properties. Supposing, okay, you had to do that, that was cost effective and so on, but put a nice covering on there. Maybe some nice rugs or something like that, an end table. I have walked into so many properties that, like I said, they were technically okay and neat and clean, but they were so boring. So that's one thing. Another thing is the materials. People have a lot of knowledge these days. They look at a property and they can see that that floor was just slapdash, whatever, or they can see something like that. And if you restore a property, if you do it at the lowest possible cost, you're really going to end up getting the lowest cost, the lowest offer, because a lot of people are very perceptive. They see that and they go, well, okay, it's fine, but, you see. So another thing is the style of the home. If you have an older home on some of these places in the older areas of the country, they have a certain style. There are plaster and lath homes, there are log build homes, there are various kinds of structure with old 2x4s and post and beam homes and so on. There's many different types of styles of a home from the architecture point of view. If you try to renovate a property and say, well, yeah, we like that old 1800 stuff, but we're going to slapdash throw a little addition on here, a 10x12 addition, and call it a bedroom, and yada, 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 it's a new house. But it doesn't have the same character. Maybe somebody would like to come in there and restore the home themselves. I have been in homes, and many friends I've known, they lived in a home that needed a lot of work, but while they lived there, it kept evolving. I lived in a home like that myself for 12 years. It took us a long time to figure out exactly what we wanted there, and little by little the work took place, and we ended up having a beautiful, unique home. So if you're going to restore a home and just flip it, sure, you got to save money and all that, and cut costs, but again, add some color, some curtains, some rugs, maybe a few items on the counter of the kitchen that add some color, some flashy color, because there's nothing worse than saying, I got an appointment with this person and this couple. They're going to look at this home that's on sale and it's been restored and everything, and all the pictures look good online. And then you open the door and you go in there and you go, see, I hope they don't see how boring it is. You see, and I don't mean to insult or demeanor anybody who restores home. I really, really appreciate it. It's just so necessary in this industry. There's so many old homes that could use some restoration. But think about it, how you're going to resell the property, the kind of buyer that you're going to get. And if you can't afford to restore it somewhat similar to the original architecture, then pass on that one. There's a lot of brick ranches and old frame homes that you can buy that can easily be restored. You just put some new sheetrock in there and so on. But if you try to bite off something that more than you can chew, for example, you get a home that's 100 years old and it's got plaster and lath, and you go in there and you say, well, we want to put a little addition over here off the side of the house, but it looks really funky and weird, but you know, we call it an extra 200 square feet and charge more for the house. But see, that's not going to work very well, you see. So once again, make these videos real short. I'm appealing to the restorers and the home builders and so on, that when you think about restoring a home, think about the materials and the architecture and the history of the place and basically the color and the layout. Curtains, good kitchen. If your kitchen is boring, put some attractive, colorful things on the counter, even some fruit or something, and make it somewhat appealing. So thanks again for listening. Very short video. I hope it's helped some people. And when you go buying a house, think about these things. Think about the materials that you see on the floor and all the windows and everything. Is it decent quality? Will it last a while? Or you're just going to pass and look somewhere else. So thanks again for listening. Please like and share and subscribe if you'd like to. Thanks.